We are here live on WTOP 10 at Laker Turf on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of Oswego Men's Soccer as they get set to take on the Hamilton Continentals. My name is Lucas McGarrett and alongside me is my broadcast partner, Joshua Madison. Josh, Oswego has played just one game so far this year, a 0-0 tie to Clarkson, and Hamilton is opening up their season with the Lakers. What do both these teams hope to establish?
Yeah, Lucas, I mean, both of these teams are definitely going to want to establish scoring early. Get the pressure on the other team. Get those goals in. Like you mentioned, Oswego went 0-0 for a tie in their first game. So get that first goal out of the way, especially early in this game. Put the pressure on Hamilton. They have a brand new coach. First year as a head coach this year. So, yeah, if you're the Lakers, scoring early, put that pressure on. And for Hamilton, it's the same thing. You want to open your season with a goal early. Oswego has yet to give up a goal this season, so to score early and put the pressure on, I think that's what both teams are going to want to do tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Oswego, obviously, not the best start to their season, but also not the worst start. They got the draw. It was a hard-fought game against Clarkson. Clarkson usually pretty good about scoring. So I think Oswego, once again, their team is focused around that defense. They have yet to allow 2 or more goals a game in their past 10 years of play, and a couple of those years have even been less than a goal and a half allowed per game in a season. They have the defense, but the question is, will they get their offense moving? Because the Lakers have historically had struggles when it comes to getting their offense going, especially when they go down.
Yeah, and the big part in that is just putting the shots on net. We've seen them taking shots here and there, but you know, you got to make the goalie work. You know, so even just putting any sort of shot on net, you never know what can happen. So for Oswego today, definitely get the shots on goal, force the goalie to work, and you know, anything can happen, and you know, we'll see.
Absolutely. In goal for Hamilton will be Peter Montesano-Scheibe, and in goal for Oswego, it is Kyle Rose. And folks, we are just about to get set, going underway. We will be seeing who will be receiving. That will be Hamilton. Actually, will be getting first ball. And a very, very beautiful day, Josh. It's been nice. I was actually sweating a little bit outside. It's perfect soccer weather, if you ask me. But we are just about to get set. Griffin Widener kicks it off, and we are off. Big boot right off the bat, and we're going to have a little scrum right up the middle. Hamilton with good possession, and they'll send it all the way back to Montesano-Scheibe. Scheibe sets one up, almost gets it blocked by Tajay Ellis, but is able to get it away. And the Continentals will try and recover. Poked away by the Lakers. And once again, a scrum in the middle, really trying to fight for the ball. That'll be William Fouth, or excuse me, not William Fouth. That was Kieran Husselbeck kicking it away. And the Lakers have possession. There's Tajay Ellis chasing it down the left side, goes out of bounds. Hamilton will get possession back. Down on the other. Oh, sorry, go ahead,
That was
Josh.
a good idea. Nice pass down the sideline. Just put a little bit too much on it towards the sideline and went out of bounds. But a good move there for Oswego. Like I said, trying to get that attack on and get some shots up early.
I like the offensive drive right off the bat. It's what you want to see, especially from a team that doesn't score as often as the Lakers. But you got to be careful because something like this happens, and now the Continentals have the ball. And now we'll go the other way with it.
Very physical on that head ball. Just ended up grabbing him on the shirt. Nice call by the ref.
We are just a minute into this first half, and we really haven't seen the ball go into either team's offensive zone. We will get it right now as a big boot coming off the foot of Montesano-Scheibe. Some good defense there being played on the Lakers, and it is a fantastic clear by William Fouth, or excuse me, by Bennett Hawk.
Yeah, like you said, neither team has had really any sort of possession on an offensive end. It's been very well defended from both of these teams.
Both these teams just feeling each other out right now. Some good ball movement right there. Lakers just trying to keep possession of it. And now the Continentals are on the attack, trying to get something set up. Down the right side they go. Got Michael Hare. With a shot, almost got it in, just wide over, and a great save by Kyle Rove to start. Kyle Rove's last game against Clarkson had 4 saves. He was absolutely crucial in that tie against Clarkson, who usually outmatches the Lakers. So for them to get a draw early on, very, very impressive. But now we will see a corner kick from the Continentals. Patrick Ferrari on the attempt. Going to see a lot of crashing in, and instead they elect for the short pass. Ferrari on the far side, trying to beat Tajay Ellis. He manages to find William Fouth. Fouth with a good attempt, just a little bit off. And the Lakers will look to reset.
Yeah, really just kind of rushed that shot there. I think he had a little bit of enough time where he could have let the ball drop again, but just kind of rushed his way through it, and that's what ended up skying it over the net.
Great kick up to the center. The Lakers still trying to battle. Really no offensive production from either team so far. Hamilton had those first attempts early on, but besides that, it has been dead center pretty much the whole time so far, really at midfield. All these midfielders getting a lot of work in right now. Just very, very back and forth play. Down the left side it'll go. Aiden Burke chasing it for the Continentals, but it will get recovered by the Lakers. And a pass down the right side, or down the left side, excuse me. Sky ball up in the air. Good header there. And now the Continentals looking to make something happen. Just can't get it into the inside. That was Troy Miller trying to get a foot on it. Unfortunately, could not do so. And a good boot there by Jamison Mannix across the field. Just couldn't get it to his teammate. And the Lakers with the interception. Al-Hamid trying to get something going there, just kicks it a little too far. Very, very even play right now from both of these teams. Al-Hamid tried to get something going with a kick down the right side, but unfortunately just wasn't enough. Bennett Hauk trying to cover, but was unable to. And now the Continentals trying to work on this Lakers defense. That's Troy Miller once again. He gets the pass off, tried to get it to Aiden Burke. Aiden Burke just couldn't do anything with it, and it'll go back to midfield once again. Big boot in the air by Mannix. And Al-Hamid, or excuse me, not Al-Hamid. He looked like he was going to, but it will be thrown out by Aiden Howard. Howard tries to get it to Tajay Ellis. Ellis finds it. He beats his man. Good physical play by Ellis. Oh, just loses it off the foot. And a very, very costly mistake by Tajay Ellis. Just a little mishap with the footwork. And now the Continentals are going with it the other way. That's Patrick Ferrari trying to find a seam. He does. He tries to connect with Michael Hare. And Michael Hare now looking for something. Beats his man, Ian Hasselbeck. Great pass there. Oh, just a miss. Very, very good ball play by the Continentals. Tried to find Troy Miller there on the end, but Miller just wasn't tall enough to get that header. And the pass just goes slightly over his head.
Yeah, that was a beautiful through ball there, setting up for that center. Just overshot the middle of the field. Ends up a nice turn, a pretty rough turnover for the Continentals, but again, that was a great through ball. Set him up pretty well for a shot.
Very good shot and a good attempt for the Continentals. The Lakers really, really struggling to get anything offensive going, and that's what we usually talk about. They have good defense. They're able to manage teams on offense, but once they get on their own offense, they just struggle. And we're seeing that right here as they try and get into their offensive zone. Great athleticism by Tajay Ellis. He's got 2 to beat. Beats his man. He beats the second. He tries to get it in, but it's just broken up. Really good defense there by Mannix. And the Continentals will once again go away. A great try by Tajay, but unfortunately doesn't get anything out of it. Not Jamison Mannix. That'll be Patrick Ferrari once again. And there's Troy Miller. Right up at midfield, looking to set out that Continental offense.
Doing a great job flipping sides of the field, using the full side of the field for the Continentals, and that's how they've set up their offense so far, just bouncing it side to side, and then once they find that hole in the defense, that's when they attack it. And that's what's given them their chances. Oswego has been very just attack right off the rip, and they've been suffocated pretty quickly from the Continentals. That's why I think that Hamilton's had a little bit more success on the offensive side up to this point.
Obviously, still 0-0 game, but like you said, yeah, I think so far they've had more shots on goal. Oswego really hasn't been able to produce anything offensively. And I think right now it's more for them just about being able to get their ball into their own offensive zone, because right now it's just that was a good clear by the Lakers, but as of right now they're just really, really struggling to get anything going offensively.
Yeah, Hamilton's just done a great job pushing it up on offense, and really Oswego has just spent this whole time trying to clear it from their defensive end, and then Hamilton wastes no time to just put it right back in. Make something happen. We have a stoppage, though.
Great contest earlier by Hamid Al-Hamid onto Jamison Mannix, and a good out-of-bounds play by Hamid to cause the turnover. And now a little pause here, but we're going to get underway right here. The pass into Al-Hamid. Tries to find a way through, but unfortunately can't get it. And the Continental is just playing with a little bit more fire than the Lakers right now. Troy Miller spreading it out. Down on the left, or down the right side, Romaric Maye with a long pass down to Griffin Widener, and Widener just unable to collect it and try and get a shot on goal. Very good try, and a great pass by Romaric Maye.
Yeah, Hamilton continuing with that far side of the field, cross in towards the center. That one just getting caught offside. Line ref right there for that call.
A tried pass all the way across the field doesn't go well for the Lakers. Another referee stoppage here. It looks like it will be Lakers ball. There to collect down on the other side.
Looks like it was just out of bounds.
Little
Line judge with the best
substitution
view on the field for that.
Substitution also happening right now. We will have Vladimir Lavranenko coming in for Kieran Hasselbeck on the defensive side. Big time clear by the Continentals. It looked like Tajay Ellis was going to go for something. Unfortunately, booted away. And now the Continentals are blazing. That's Aiden Burke down the left side. He takes the shot, and a great save once again by Kyle Rose. He's already got 2 on the day. Great stuff from Kyle Rose, but a really, really great run by Aiden Burke of the Hamilton Continentals. Playing hard right off the bat. We are now 10 minutes, or almost 10 minutes down. A long, long pass, trying to get it to Al-Hamid. Unfortunately, just a little bit too long. And the Lakers will once again with another failed offensive possession.
Yeah, if you ask me, I think the Lakers are going to need, if they want to get a true offensive possession, they're going to need to start working more on these short passes. We see Iwan on that one, just a really long pass, and then it just leaves it up to chance on who's going to take it. Hamilton's done a great job at getting those long passes and turning them around as they've continued to done here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Oswego trying to go with the long ball early on, and it's not really working off. I think going with the short passes would be better off for them. Big time play down at the other end. Goes off the foot of Oswego, so it looks like a corner kick will be taken by the Hamilton Continentals. Very, very close call there. Could have gone either way. And now we have Patrick Ferrari once again on the corner. Maybe going to elect to go for a short one, but it doesn't look like he has anyone around. I think they're going to go for a deep pass here. Ooh, just short. Too short on that one. And it goes to the outside. Big pass up into the middle, and a shot and a goal by Brady Highland. What an absolute pass by Jamison Mannix. Just pops it up in the air, and a sky ball for Brady Highland goes right over the head of Kyle Rose, and it almost just looked like all the Lakers defenders were just staring at it. And Brady Highland managed to get his head on it and tap it right over the gloves of Kyle Rose. Very, very unfortunate for the Lakers off the bat.
Yeah, it was that moment of hesitation from Kyle Rose. You could see that ball up in the air, Rose seemed like he could have just gone underneath it or even jumped for it and punched it out, but he had a moment of hesitation, and that ended up turning into a goal for Hamilton. And that could be a very important goal. Over the past 13 years, 12 times that these two teams have faced off, the team who scored the first goal of the game is currently 9-1-2. So if history repeats itself today, that can prove to be one of the biggest goals of the match, even here just over 12 minutes in.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It has just been an absolutely dominant performance by Hamilton just in the short amount of game we have seen. Just been swarming the Lakers defense, and on offense for the Lakers, just nothing of production right now. I think Hamilton just really outplaying the Lakers right now. There's a long ball by Hamilton, knocked out of bounds by TJ Tanner. Once again, Brady Highland with the goal. Makes it a 1-0 game. We got about 33 minutes left in this first half of play. Continental so far outplaying the Lakers, have had a lot of offensive production against the Lakers. Pretty much no offensive production. And a big pass right into the inside. Another shot just saved by Kyle Rose. A great pass right cross into the goal box. And it is just such a close shot there by Michael Hare. But Kyle Rose was there to make the recovery this time, unlike before. And now the Lakers hopefully looking to set up something here on offense with some wide space.
Yeah, and it's going to come from these short passes. They're using them here, and you can see it's definitely working for them. That one not strong enough, but you can definitely see it started to work because they were building something. But
just very, very sloppy, unfortunately, for the Lakers. You saw that pass. It wasn't hard enough. It was too soft of a touch, and the Continentals were able to intercept it. And now they're passing all around the Lakers. Good deflection there. But overall, the Continentals just passing circles around the Lakers, being able to outrun them as we see it. Still trying to find something. Kicks it away. And it will be a goal kick for the Lakers. Kyle Rose coming off of a really, really great season last year, and obviously getting the start again this season as well. He has been a very, very dominant force in goal. So for him to let up that goal is a little shocking just because he has been such a prominent wall for the Lakers. But now as we see 1-0, the Lakers will have to help him out a little bit. Lakers trying to get some momentum going. They do keep possession. And now they'll try and move it down. Jason Wutak with the through ball in. He's got Aiden Howard. Aiden Howard trying to find Hout. And once again, Continentals coming away with it. And another interception will lead to the Continentals taking the ball back. Griffin Widener with a shot and an easy save by Kyle Rose. Didn't have too much of it, so he just decided to let it go there. Rose with the easy pickup. Lakers still trying to get some offensive production going. Haven't registered a shot on goal yet in this game. Continentals have been very, very suffocating on defense, and the offense just seems to be so much quicker. Here's a run by Patrick Ferrari. Ferrari tries to get something inside, but it's deflected away by Benjamin Brooks. Making another run is Ferrari. Ferrari tries to find Troy Miller, but gets it knocked away all the way out to the outside where Michael Hare picks it up. Tries to get a pass into Ferrari. Ferrari fighting over it, but eventually gets knocked away. Jamison Mannix tried to get a kickoff there, try and get a shot, and nothing will go. And a good defensive possession there by the Oswego Lakers, maintaining and not allowing any type of good shots. Got the clear, but once again, Continentals right back into their zone. Stoppage of play here.
Yeah, just got a little bit too physical, hooked around him with his arm. That's going to be a call every time. But Oswego's got to make sure to capitalize here. Use these short passes, make something happen.
Long pass once again intercepted. And a great play by Troy Miller, trying to beat his man there on the end, but that was great defense by Aiden Howard, not letting him get by. Now Jamison Mannix on the through ball. He's going to get it right to Miller. And Mannix with a deep ball, trying to get it to Griffin Widener. Widener battles on the end with Howard. Excuse me, not Howard. That was Husselbeck. And a good stop there by the referees. Oswego looking a little confused. They're now going to give it to Rose. Rose going to kick it across there to Husselbeck. Now the Lakers down the left side, trying to get something going. Once again, tried to find Tajay Ellis there, and it's intercepted again. And the Continentals try their hand on offense. Very back and forth game right now. A lot of intercepted passes. Hamid Al-Hamid trying to come down the right side and chase that ball down. Unfortunately, just not quick enough. And Adam Malusis will be there to play coverage on him. Great job there by the Continentals. Really, really good defense so far.
Yeah, that pass was just the curse of turf. You play on grass, that ball slows down just enough for Hamid to catch up to, but here on turf, that's just going to turn into an out-of-bounds play.
Griffin Widener tried to get the header there, but unfortunately knocked away before he could grab it. Very back-and-forth play. Besides that one goal we saw from the Continentals, it has been a lot of intercepted passes so far. And there goes another one. Just very, very slow passing from the Oswego Lakers so far. Aiden Howard just not enough juice trying to get it to Al-Hamid. And Al-Hamid has been trying to find gaps to get open and just hasn't been able to do so. And his teammates have not been able to find him.
No, Hamilton's defense has done a very good job marking up both of them up on the front. And you could tell that they are exhausted even here, not even halfway through the first half. Hamilton just being right on their tail all game long.
Yeah, you saw there was 4 guys there around Al-Hamid, just really good suffocating defense. And unfortunately, no help for him. Good move work right there. That was great by Ian Husselbeck, keeping it away from the Continental defenders. And a miscommunication there by the Lakers. Very, very unfortunate. That was TJ Tanner. Thought Al-Hamid was going to break down the right side and just did not. Very sloppy passing from both sides, if I'm being honest. Howard passing into Hout and kicks away right away.
This could be a good way for Oswego to try and get some offense. You see them, I mean, they're up here on their offensive side for one of the few times as that throw-in just goes right to Hamilton. But
Oswego might benefit from trying to spread out that Continental defense. They've been very, very close together, and it makes it easier for these defenders to close in on the guys like Tajay Ellis and Hamid Al-Mahid as they try and get some production on offense. Lakers now trying to start something. Husselbeck. Joe gets taken out. Husselbeck lost the ball and gets absolutely clipped there by Jamison Mannix.
yeah,
Very, very obvious trip there. Accidental, of course, but just missed the ball on that one.
yeah,
And
and
a
we've
big-
seen Mannix do a real good job on defense all game. It's just a competitor going after the ball, and just one nice touch turns really good steal and tackle into a nice free kick here for Oswego. Possibly a shot on. I think they are within range. That this could be a shot that I think Oswego is definitely going to need to take.
Anything is in range if you believe it enough, Josh. You could try your luck here with a shot. It might not be the smartest idea, but who knows? Looks like it'll either be Husselbeck or Tajay Ellis on setup. Looks like they're going to go with Husselbeck. And Husselbeck with a boot to Al-Hamid. Just couldn't get it. Great defense by Troy Miller to break up that pass. Down on the right side, though. Really good try there by the Lakers, but a fantastic clear by the Continentals. And another failed offensive try by the Lakers. Al-Hamid with a great pass to Tajay Ellis. Ellis on the right side, fancy footwork, tries to get something going, doesn't have any help, tries to pass it away, but there's just no one there. and a great interception there by Adam Malusis, captain for the Continentals on defense. But now there's Simon Bastone, passes it to Ellis. Ellis down the right side, tries to work it in, and a great defensive stop there by William Fouth.
This is what Oswego is needed, getting those short passes, not trying to send it all the way and be the hero on one pass, just getting the small little passes here and there, and now they're going to see their first corner of the day. We'll see if they can capitalize here.
No doubt about it. You have to go with the short passes over the long. They work so much better and they're so much more efficient. And if those long passes are risky and you're not up to hitting them, you're going to get intercepted. And I really think the short passes right now are what the Lakers need to be doing.
Ref seems to be warning a player for Hamilton, called for a stoppage. But yeah, to your point, they've struggled with these long passes. They just aren't winning those battles. And
Simon Bastone with a great cross into the box, just could not find anybody on it. And it looks like the Continentals will come away with a great defensive possession there once again by this Continental team. But a great pass by Simon Bastone, just couldn't find any of his teammates. Really promising stuff there.
Yeah, a lot of props to that corner kick. Just couldn't find the men in white, and sometimes that just happens. You just get unlucky.
Lakers trying to make a connection here, and it goes to the Continentals. And now, down the right side, they are breaking. That is William Fouth. Trying to get something going, gets tripped up. And a great defensive play there by the Lakers, and it will go the other way. That was that was not Simon Bastone. That was Kieran Husselbeck with a great defensive play to get the possession. There's Bastone kicking it across to Ellis. Just another too short pass broken up there by Jamison Mannix. And then Howard down the other side, pushed out of bounds. Ball will go. Great defense there by Sean Karen. 6'5" forward for the Hamilton Continentals. Very tall player there out on the field. And will try and get it through into it is Maddox. Tried to get it there to Karen. Just not enough juice on it. And an easy collect for Kyle Rose. Back to Rose down at the bottom. Rose sizing up his options. He'll just give it to Husselbeck. Once again to Rose. And now to the other side. TJ Tanner looking for options. The Lakers really just don't know what to do with it right now, trying to open up the gaps. Ian Husselbeck, he'll get it out to the left. And a through ball, very physical play by the Continentals, just won't be enough. And a penalty or a referee stoppage there, allowing the Lakers to take it back. And that was a block on the free kick, I believe.
And that's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, you got to give them their 10 yards, and you're allowed to move away from the ball, but once he sticks his foot out there.
Yeah, that was a very clear, just direct block into that free kick. So a yellow card there. Cannot be doing that.
No.
And now the Lakers trying to get something going here. I want to see what they can do with the short passes. Try and get that defensive spread from Hamilton and see if you can get an opening in the box.
Yeah, when you're over 20 minutes into the half, you start to get a little bit of fatigue from, both sides. So maybe with these short passes, they can get one player who's just slow enough and an offensive player who's got just enough juice in him to beat him out and get a good-looking shot.
Just once again, more out-of-bounds play from both these teams, really struggling to connect on passes. And once again, another interception and a miscue by the Lakers leads to Continental's ball, and now they are on the attack. Great passing there to get it out of the zone. Really nice job. And now it's Troy Miller with tons of green in front of him. He'll get it off to Karen. Karen tries to cut it across there to Ferrari. Ferrari tries to play it off, but he gets it snagged away there by Braden Conley. but they'll recover it very quickly. And now down the left side is Michael Hare. Hare working on his man. Seeing what he can do, but great defense being played there by the Lakers. And now Continentals will take it all the way back to midfield. And a great pass in, just not on target, and will be recovered by the Lakers. Long through pass does not go the way they want it to. And now once again, a possible reset there by the Lakers. Continentals ball though, another missed opportunity, another miscue of passing. And now the Continentals have it once again. Less than 20 minutes left in this half, and honestly, we really haven't seen too much Lakers possession in this game, Josh.
No, the Continentals have really controlled the ball throughout this half, and all it took was just one header and one miscue from Kyle Rose to put in that one goal. Their Oswego defense has done a very good job at holding their own, but it's their offense that really needs to get something going throughout this next 20 minutes of this half. Another errant pass that turns into another turnover on our own half.
You said it yourself. Very tough by the Continentals. A nice try there down the left side. That was Oliver Milan, the freshman midfielder, trying to get things going, but just hits the side of the net a little bit too slow on the reaction time there. And the Lakers will try their hand once again, but as of right now, have not been too much of a threat to the Hamilton Continentals. Have not really gotten too many good shots off. Really just trying to get it into that offensive zone without it getting poked away. There's a great touch by Ellis. Tried to get it to Bastone, but just a little too much. Does eventually get it there. Bastone kicks it into Ellis, and Ellis tries to beat his man, but gets it poked away. Once again, really missed opportunity there. Steal there by the Lakers. Now Lakers are back with it. Gets it to Al-Hamid, but Al-Hamid just misses it, and it's booted away. Lakers will recover. Tries to get it to the inside, but it's once again grabbed by Adam Melissus, and the Continentals are back on offense. There goes Oliver Milan, chased by Bastone. Sean Karen with some really fancy footwork, but just gets overwhelmed by the two players around him. That's Ian Husselbeck, who eventually gets the tackle and the steal. And now Simon Bastone trying to get some fancy footwork going, and manages to get it down to Aiden Howard. Howard back to Bastone. Great passing there, but then once again, just no one where the pass needs to be. And a boot away, but a referee stoppage as well. So some good passing there, but then we saw Bastone, he passed it, and there was no one there for him.
Yeah, and a lot of it's been Oswego just trying to hustle through these plays, and it ends up with them hurrying, and that is the difference between making a good pass with purpose and just missing the ball almost entirely. Is that cross in just a little too strong, ends up in the hands of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great cross there by TJ Tanner. He was trying to find Al-Hamid, but a great grab there by Montesano Shaibi. Still a 1-0 game here with just 17 minutes left in this first half of play. Great pass across the field down to the other end. There's Romaric Maye trying to get something going, and he does as he passes it up the field to his waiting teammate. That was Troy Miller trying to find Michael Hare. Excuse me, not Michael Hare, Oliver Milan. But Milan just couldn't get there in time, and Kyle Rose is able to squash that momentum before anything gets going. And now the Lakers once again, long pass there, knocked away right to the waiting feet of Al-Hamid, who tries to get something going. He pushes it away, just no teammate there for him once again. And now the Continentals down the other way. Ferrari gives a little touch, and now we have Zach Tracy substituting in down on the right side. He gets it stolen away. Bastone with a boot. Hamid, that's a great through ball by Bastone. Hamid's got to beat his man, and he just can't do it. It was just a little bit too much. And Brady Highland on defense is able to beat out Al-Hamid, and with good coverage defense, not allow him to grab that ball for a potential shot. But a great play by Simon Bastone, just couldn't get the ball where he wanted to. And some great defense there by the goal scorer of today's game, Brady Highland.
Yeah, that's been the dangers of going for the long passes that we've seen from Oswego is, there's just so many risks that they're taking by trying to drive it down the field. You can see that there it almost pays off for them, but just a little bit too much on it, and it ends up being a goal kick for Hamilton.
Long pass there by Scheibe, collected in by the Lakers, however. Now the Lakers taking it back, trying to see if they can get something going. But once again, the Continental offense just suffocating. A long ball. The Tajay Ellis will be able to be collected, though. Can they get something going? Ellis, really fancy footwork, but being contested absolutely phenomenally by Adam Molissis, the junior midfielder captain. Just fantastic defense to mitigate anything that Ellis could have gotten. And now some great play by Sean Karen led to a good pass there, trying to connect with Zach Tracy. But a trip will lead to Lakers possession. So some really good play there by the Continentals. I like the defense being played there by Adam Malusis, just absolutely squashing anything that Tajay Ellis was trying to do. But unfortunately, nothing came out of it for Hamilton. 14 minutes left in this half. Brendan Brooks down on the other end. Hasselbeck just now playing with it, trying to see what his options are. TJ Tanner. Hasselbeck playing a little touch and go. Weighing their options, and they'll just go back to Rose. I like how Oswego is being cautious. I can appreciate that because they've had so many turnovers early on. And a long pass there will find Tajay Ellis, and Ellis has some space to work with. What can he do? Down the right side and just barely loses it and is only able to kick it in, but a great save there by the Continentals to keep it in, and no Lakers were there to collect the pass from Ellis. Ellis just a little bit slow on the recovery, tried to keep the ball in bounds, but unfortunately none of his teammates there to help him out.
Yeah,
and now the Continentals go the other way.
That pass back, tried to get it right back to Tajay Ellis, but by that point he was clearly offsides, and that's what's going to cause that turnover.
Great Hamilton play. Goalie Scheibe with a really, really good through, able to get it into the zone for the Continentals, and they're once again on offense. We'll see what they can do. That's Mannix, excuse me. Mannix with a great ball to Karen, just over his head though. Karen maybe could have used some of that height to try and get his head on it, but a little bit too much speed and height from the pass from Jamison Mannix, and it'll be an easy goalie ball for Kyle Rose. Substitutions now for the Lakers as well.
Trying to get some fresh legs up in front. Maybe one of these through balls will actually go the Laker way.
Marcus Baker looks like coming in for Hamid Al-Hamid. And we have Sirixi Lindsay coming in for Tajay Ellis. So some new legs on the attacking front, maybe giving it a different try, seeing what they can do, because you need a goal right now. And obviously what they've been working with has not been going well. Some great play there, great footwork down on the other end. That was Brendan Brooks with a really good move to get his team in a good position. And now the Lakers moving the ball. Trying to get something going. Passing it, good passes. There's Brooks once again. Brooks tries to find Marcus Baker, but just cannot connect properly with him. And another steal by the Continentals, and a clear by Scheibe. And once again, no offensive production by the Lakers. We tried, they saw something, we saw some short passes connecting, and all it took was just one little mistake. And the Continentals have not allowed the Lakers to make a single mistake all day today.
No, they've done a really good job defensively, attacking at any single bad touch, short pass, long pass. They've done a real good job on defense, just stifling this Laker offense.
Has been very swarming. On the throw, that's Romaric Maye. Able to get it to his teammate, but not for long. Oswego will steal it right back. And now down the right side they'll go. That's Aiden Howard with the touch, trying to find something all the way down, but it'll roll right into the waiting arms of Montesano Scheibe. Too much mustard from Aiden Howard on that pass. Was looking for Lindsay possibly. Lindsay just was not in the right spot. And now Scheibe analyzing his own offense. Looks like he's just going to boot this one. Less than 10 minutes to go now in the half. Scheibe will launch this one long, giving it, tries to get it to Sean Karen. And it eventually gets there. Gray header there. Back and forth we go. And the Continentals will come away with it. Karen with a good touch there, tries to get it past. Just good defense there by the Lakers. That was Aiden Howard on the interception. And Karen doesn't come out with anything on that touch. Bad pass by Kyle Rose. And Oliver Milan down the left side trying to make a man miss. Tries to get it into Karen. Karen just can't get it. And Troy Miller able to collect for the Continentals to recover that offense. Really good try there by Oliver, but just not able to get anything going. Tried to get it to Mannix, but was unsuccessful. Now Husselbeck trying to get something going. Husselbeck gets taken out. Good defense there by the Continentals. That was all ball. Very, very good tackle there by the Continentals. Very, very stifling defense. Just absolutely no answer. And another through ball. We'll get to Milan. Milan down the left side. He's got options. Makes Aiden Howard miss. Tries to get it in. He was trying to find Silas Rella-Neal, but just gets poked out of bounds there by Luke Brosakis. And a corner kick now for the Continentals. Taking the corner kick will be William Fouth. And it looks like they're going to try and set up for a header here. Fouth on the kick. Tries to find Karen, and instead he finds another teammate. He was looking for Sean Karen, but is a no goal. Unfortunately for Troy Miller, who headed that one perfectly, just wasn't able to get it. And a no goal, unfortunately, for Troy Miller. Referee saw something there that was not allowed. Troy Miller was not happy about that call. A really, really good pass there by Routh. And the connection from Miller, I thought he was going to go to the 6'5" Sean Karen, but instead connects with Troy Miller. Just unfortunately nothing to go for him.
Yeah, I think on that one, there's not a lot there that we could obviously see in the box, but only thing I can really think of is, using an opponent as leverage to get up and possibly get that header off, but
whatever the case was, it was a good goal, but a no goal nonetheless. And now the Lakers, 6:50 left on the clock in this first half. Clock is ticking down. Aiden Howard on the through ball, trying to make something happen. Lakers really, really need to try here. Another out of bounds. And the Lakers will take it now further up the field. Just trying to make something happen, seeing if they can get a couple of shots at least on goal. Because as of right now has been really nothing. Just overwhelming defense by number 3, Jamison Mannix, the senior defensive captain, just making it happen for everyone when it comes to the defensive side for the Continentals. Really, really dominant play. And a clear there by the Continentals. And now Karen all the way down. He'll pass that one to Troy Miller. And there's Milan with a great through to Sean Karen. Karen trying to make something happen. Just gives it back to Oliver Milan. Now Milan down the left side. Just gets it poked away by Howard. So another corner kick for the Continentals. And I think you want to try and see if it'll work again. Try and get Troy Miller in there. Obviously, he knows what he's doing, making that really good connection. And instead, Troy Miller is actually going to be subbed out here. So substitutions happening with about 5:30 left for both the Lakers and the Continentals. Troy Miller trotting off right now, and a big header. Tried to get it to Karen. No good. A whistle stoppage before it can get to him. Was once again right in there. 6'5" Sean Karen trying to make stuff happen. Taller than everybody else on the field.
Yeah, sub just wasn't complete yet, so the ref had to make sure that the subs were off. Now is going to have a conversation with the two players down here right in front of the goal, being a little physical. Ref's just going to be a little warning here. Tell them to make sure that they keep their hands off.
William Fouth with some really good through balls, and instead this time we'll go to the Oliver Milan, who is wide open, and it just goes right over the goal. Great shot there by Oliver Milan. Just barely misses the crossbar, but a really, really clean shot. He had the look. Just a little bit too much power on that.
Yeah, you got to like the idea, just going for that. I mean, like we've seen, the last couple times they've had the corner, they just decided to go for the cross. That time going short, and another attempt there. That one's going to turn out to be another goal kick for the Lakers.
And once again, it's Oliver Milan proving to be very, very beneficial to this team. He is all over the field, and just a freshman, by the way. He has been playing very, very well as a midfielder for the Continental so far. Really, really been all over the field, whether it's defense or offense, has been showing his stuff. 3:45 left to go in the half. Oswego still trying to get something going on offense. Haven't seen too much. Has been a bit of a struggle. But nonetheless, they will continue to try. I think it just has to do with how good the defense of Hamilton has been. Cross kick to TJ Tanner. Tanner will try and get something going. Got plenty of green to work with in front of him. Tries to get it in the middle. Now to the outside. That's Sean Gilligan. Gilligan tries to cross it, and it goes right into the waiting arms, once again, of Montesano Scheibe. Gilligan just didn't have anybody there for him to get that pass. And once again, a good defensive possession by the Continentals. Still a 1-0 game here, folks. Less than 3 minutes to go in the half. Scheibe doing a little taunting there, trying to beckon Marcus Baker towards him, but he boots that one out. But great defense so far by the Continentals, really able to either keep it at midfield or in their own offensive zone. And another referee whistle there. Little cheap check there by Vladimir Lavrinenko. And it will lead to Sean Karen getting dropped. And Scheibe on the kickoff all the way at midfield for the Continentals. 2 minutes left to go in this half, and maybe try and go up 2-0 before the half ends. Really, really great play by the Continental so far. Long pass in, headed by Karen. Tries to head it off again, but can't get it. Zach Tracy tried to get the recovery. Bunch of kicks going everywhere. Still up in the air, batted back and forth, and eventually a ref stoppage. And Oswego will go the other way with it. Really good defense there by the Lakers to mitigate all those headers, and some good shots there by Continentals, but nothing able to get past those defenders to the goalie. Now with just 1:30 left, looks like Ian Hustleback getting set to take the long ball. Big boot there. Trying to find Lindsay or Baker. Does manage to find Lindsay. Lindsay tries to get to Baker, but just once again poked away. Milan tried to get something, tried to pass it away. But once again, a midfield battle between these two teams. Ever since that first goal, it has been very colossally at midfield. Back and forth we go. Marcus Baker chasing the ball down the right side. Will he get there? He will not. Really good hustle there, but just once again, too much power on the pass. And the Lakers still struggling to connect with those passes. Now just a little over 30 seconds left to go in the half. I expect the Continentals to just run down the clock. Down the right side. Jamison Mannix looking for a through ball. Tries to go all the way down. Tips it right off of Zach Tracy, but it'll get knocked away by Lavrinenko. Now with just about 10 seconds left, the Continentals will just hold it here. Jamison Mannix, one last toss in. A header there by Evan Cancro. But what a half from the Hamilton Continentals. Just really, really dominant play. And the Lakers just not showing up to play on offense, unfortunately.
No, and it's been, we mentioned this throughout pretty much the entirety of the half. It's just those long passes from the Lakers, and, the Continentals have done a phenomenal job at getting to those and winning those 50-50 balls. But, you got to credit the Continentals on their defense in that half. Did a really good job at forcing the Lakers to be quick with their passes and causing them to hurry on some of those, and that's what has caused a lot of their errant passes. So going into the second half, the Lakers have to find their way to slow themselves down, get the right passes going, and try and just find even a shot. Don't even really have much of a shot at all in the first half. So if, the Continentals, if they can continue that, whatever was going on there in that first half into the second, then, the Lakers are going to have a very hard time to get that equalizing goal. But, we have a whole nother 45 minutes, so anything can happen, and, it's just going to take a very big change from the Lakers.
Yeah, one more thing that I'll mention before we head to the break. Hamilton, 11 shots, 4 on goal. Oswego, 0. Very, very tough by the Lakers. I really think they just need to find their identity on offense. They really haven't produced much so far. But, folks, that will do it for this first half of play. The Hamilton Continentals lead your Oswego State Lakers 1-0. Stay tuned for the second half of play. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of action between the Oswego State Lakers and the Hamilton Continentals. It has been a very, very dominant first half for the Continentals. Very, very rough for the Lakers. And Josh, let me just say it right off the bat, like I already mentioned, 11 shots, 5 shots on goal to Oswego's 0. You just can't have that.
No.
You simply cannot have that.
And the defense has done a great job. I mean, like you said, 11 shots, more than half have been off net, turning into goal kicks. And then the 5 shots on net, only 1 has actually found the back of the net. So the defense has done a great job. We've seen Kyle Rose do a really good job in net. But the problem has not been their defense. Their defense has done a great job. They did a great job in their last game. The problem is their offense. They haven't been able to really get any sort of pure possession going. Part of it has been from the Hamilton defense. They've been able to capitalize on a lot of the mistakes that Oswego has made. But that is the key part there, is the mistakes that Oswego has made down on the other side of the field. Errant passes, long passes that have turned into turnovers. So it will definitely just take Oswego to get an offensive drive together, get some shots on. Eventually one can find the back of the net, and then that's all that it takes to tie this game up. So definitely not out of their hands. There's definitely a whole half, and they can make something happen, but you got to make something happen.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Making something happen has to be the name of the game for the Lakers, because simply put, they didn't make anything happen in the last half. They danced around the defense as best as they could, and when they tried to pass it off, just like there, intercepted. So right off the bat for the Lakers, we're seeing errant passes, and then very, very great tackling by the Lakers. That was some fantastic defense there by Luke Brasakis, but that shouldn't be needed because you had the ball to start, and just like that, you have an errant pass, like you said, and they need to play defense. You're on offense, your defense should not be worried about having to jump back on play because of one bad pass. You need to be able to connect these passes together, and as of right now, they haven't been able to.
Yeah, and part of that does include some of that ball movement that we talked about, as there's another long arcing pass and a nice boot out of bounds for Hamilton, but Oswego is going to keep possession. Just 1 minute in here in the half, and already 2 turnovers from Oswego.
That was a great boot away by Brady Highland. Just said, I don't want that in my zone. And a pass there up the middle, or trying to go up the middle by Benjamin Brooks, and just no one there for the pass. Great defensive check there by Griffin Widener, just absolutely bodying Simon Bastone for the ball. Didn't work out, though, as the Lakers come down with it. But a good start for the Continentals, once again, already putting the defensive pressure on the Lakers, who just seem flustered. There's a great ball there to Tajay Ellis, and Ellis just can't grab it. He could have had a good through. Doesn't get anything out of it. A really, really good try. Benjamin Brooks placed it right at the feet of Ellis, and Ellis just not able to collect it properly. And a really unfortunate event for the Lakers.
Yeah, that was definitely their best chance so far this whole game to actually put a shot on. They do have a chance here on this corner kick, but they got to get ahead on it.
Down on the other side, I cannot tell exactly who is taking it, but a boot in is just too short. Finds a Laker, and a big whiff there by Jason Wutak. Thought he had it, was trying to make solid connection, and ended up making zero connection. Ball went past him just a little too quickly. Lakers still have possession, though. Not for long. Definitely jinxed it there. And now the Continentals back the other way. That's Aiden Burke all the way down. He's got Griffin Widener, but he tries to pass it to. And just a great, great defensive stop there by the Lakers. Luke Brasakis is taking that ball off the face. But any body part is allowed besides the hands when you're playing defense. And a really, really good job mitigating that offensive drive there by the Continentals. Luke Brasakis putting his body on the line.
And now I think we're going to get possibly an injury stop. Clock is stopped, and they're going to
come check
Bring the
on.
trainer out. Yeah, taking that one. I mean, that was directly from the foot to the face.
Yeah, nothing, not too much worse than a soccer ball right to the face. You hate to see it. But again, great defense. That was really, really good job to keep that play out of the goal because you saw how little defenders they had. It was really, really tough. They had everybody down in their zone. And then all of a sudden, once, like you said, bad pass leads to that break from the Continentals. And then all of a sudden, you got a 2-on-2 attack with two of Hamilton's great attackers. And you have to do whatever you can to defend it. And unfortunately for the Continentals, Luke Versakis was willing to do whatever it took. But he is okay for the most part. He is going to come off the field, I'm assuming, for probably concussion protocol. Because that was a very hard knock to the face.
Yeah, it seemed like some concussion protocol. Maybe a bloody nose. That tends to happen when you catch one like that straight to the face. But
we are wishing the absolute best for Luke Versakis, obviously. Hope he recovers very speedily. But we look like we're about to be getting back to play. Down at the other end, that'll be Patrick Ferrari taking the corner.
Yeah,
and
seems like he's wasting no time, immediately getting ready to check in. So we'll wait for the next dead ball before he is able to check in. But good news is he seems to be okay, and we'll be right back into this game.
Long ball, tried to get it in, but some great defense there by the Lakers heading that one out. And nothing coming out of that corner. Really good job by the Lakers, but a referee stop inside the zone, very close to the goal. And that'll be a funky angle on a goalie free kick. Or not a goalie free kick, excuse me, just a regular free kick. Yeah. Very, very funky angle taking that shot, but it'll be Patrick Ferrari. I think you can definitely get it in there, but for Ferrari, I don't know if that's what you want to go with. Only up 1-0.
No, probably going to end up with another cross here.
Tried to cross it. Got caught up too many times. Great shot there by Brady Highland, the goal scorer from last time. But unfortunately, it doesn't get all the way, just a little too far outright. And it will go the other way. Kyle Rose on the big boot. Luke Versakis, thankfully coming back in on defense. What a trooper. I don't know if I'd be able to come back in after taking a soccer ball off the face.
Not just a few seconds after. I mean, I'd probably take a few minutes before thinking about coming back in, but definitely showing his toughness on that.
And a long, long ball, trying to get it to Al-Hamid. Once again, just too much on it. And another unsuccessful pass there by the Lakers, really trying to get something going, but just simply cannot connect. You got to get these short passes down before you can try and make these long pass breaks. Because Hamilton, they still have all their defenders back. They're plenty ready for it. You can't be passing into a 2-3 defender zone where you only got one guy waiting there.
Yeah, because even if it does work out for you, it seems like even when these long passes have worked out, you still have that 3-on-1 with Hamilton's advantage, and they've just been able to stop it.
Benjamin Brooks trying to get something going, but it gets stolen away. Al-Hamid tried to get something. He tried to steal it away there from Patrick Ferrari, but the ref is going to book Al-Hamid, not a card, but a stop. And it will be Scheibe coming all the way up, once again taking the goal kick. And Hamilton, they are going to try and stack their offensive zone. Scheibe looks like he wants to launch this one right into the center. And he does. See what he can do. Tried to get it to Griffin Widener. And then a shot there by Aiden Burke. Just no mustard on it. Just really tried to tap it, getting a shot on goal. Kyle Rose with the easy collect there. And now the Lakers once again on the offensive possession. See what they do. Blocked pass there. And a really, really bad tackle there by Jason Wutak. Got a lot of leg there. And another penalty on the Lakers, offering up a free kick for Peter Montesano Scheibe. Lakers just still having seemingly no offensive identity, really. They're trying to get stuff going, but every single time they do, the defense of Hamilton just absolutely swarming them.
Yeah, and that one, they seem to be had some sort of view in
And
that one.
Wow, what a play there by Griffin Widener. Peter Montesano-Scheibe with the absolutely beautiful ball right into the zone. And a even better shot by Griffin Widener, the senior captain of this Continental squad, right off the top of the head into the top right corner of the goal, just out of the outstretched fingers of Kyle Rose. And just like that, it is a 2-0 game, folks. Fantastic play there by the Continentals.
Yeah, a great spot in there from Scheibe, and just finding the right spot of the head and a beautiful spot on goal. Can't really blame Kyle Rose for that. He did everything he could to get that one out and just missed his fingers. And I mean, like we mentioned, Oswego needs offense, now down 2-0. There's still plenty of time, but you can't really get many goals scored if you have no offense.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And what a great goal that was from Griffin Widener, who had his back to the goal and managed to flick it back with the top of his head. Absolutely impressive. Like you said, not much Kyle Rose can do, just a fantastic shot.
And we're also starting to see a little bit of the physical side from the Lakers, possibly a little bit of frustration from giving up those 2 goals. But we're seeing a little bit more pushing and shoving from the Lakers. Going to want to hone that in if they want to keep themselves in this game.
37 minutes to go in this half. The Continentals just on the attack. They got that goal and they said, I want more. Still going at it. And the Lakers just seemingly don't have an answer for the overwhelming offense and defense of the Continentals. Trying to get something set up here, but just once again, the Lakers really, really struggling, and some good play there. Trying to get something going, and then Josh, once again, another errant pass leads to another turnover.
Yeah, and Hamilton has done a great job, as we mentioned. They just see that errant pass and do not hesitate, do not waste any time jumping immediately on that, as that errant pass from Hamilton turns into a goal kick here for the Lakers. But they have to capitalize even on these mistakes from Hamilton. Oswego has to be able to capitalize and get something working for them. Start to find the open man and just work your way back up the field. No need to get all the way there in 10 seconds. You still have 35 minutes left in the half. Not even a full 10 minutes down in this half. So you have plenty of time. Just take your time and get it down the field instead of trying to rush yourself and turn it into another turnover and then shortly afterwards another foul. And it seems like Hamilton will get another ball at midfield and another chance for Scheibe to get another assist. Pretty rare that you'll see the goalkeeper with an assist, but beautiful pass on his last free kick. Now has another one here just a few minutes later.
Yeah, no doubt. Some really, really errant play by the Lakers. Another great attempt. And was that a goal? It does eventually go in for the Continentals. Another great through ball. And a connection by Troy Miller leads to a goal by Michael Hare on the rebound. And it is now 3-0, just like that. Josh, Peter Montesano-Scheibe has set up some absolute beauts for these goals from the Continentals.
Yeah, and not only from Scheibe, but also from Griffin Widener. He had the header from over his head on the previous one, this time using his head to set up a beautiful shot, just hit off the crossbar, which then set up the open goal for the Continentals. They have found the right set piece for those free kicks from midfield. And it has just completely flipped this game from a very close game to what could soon be a blowout if Oswego does not change something very soon.
Yeah, again, still no answer for the defense of the Continentals. Just been so unbelievably overwhelming. And the Lakers just cannot get anything going. And on the other side, the offense of the Continentals are almost seeming to be like getting a know and a feel for this Lakers defense and are now taking advantage of all the holes that the Lakers have on defense as well.
Sometimes what it takes is just getting that second goal that we saw, and it seemed to have given the Continentals a second wind, and they almost have kind of the same energy that both of these teams came out with at the start of the game. But it seems like Oswego just seems to be tired and a little flat on their feet. But
a lot of waving arms, a lot of frustrating sights from the Oswego bench and from the Oswego players on the field. You just saw Ahmed throw his hands up in frustration. But then on the attack, we go for the Continentals. That was William Fouth with a great shot, but blocked away. And another try by Al-Hamid just once again lost the ball, and the Continentals get it right back. You thought he might have something. Little mistouch, loses it. And like I said, the Hamilton is not going to let you make a mistake, and they have not all day long.
No. And the other piece that we're starting to see from this offense is the lack of discipline. I mean, those two goals that we've seen in this half have come off of fouls at the midfield from this offense, just because of frustration from losing these turnovers. So it really has to come into the mental game of just relaxing and focusing on turning just any sort of possession and making sure that every pass means something, as it looks like they have something working here.
And great
Quickly
defense
taken away
once again by the Continentals. They looked like they had something going. A great pass to Tajay Ellis on the right side, but just a great poke away by Adam Malusis, captain of this Continentals team. All of the captains on this team have been playing very, very well. Griffin Widener, Peter Montesano-Scheibe, and Adam Malusis all been very, very big factors in this one for the Hamilton Continentals, and just a really dominant performance so far. A boot there by Jason Wutek, just very, very off the mark. The Lakers just seem to be struggling to do anything really on offense. They don't know what they're doing. It almost looks like passes are errant, passes are missing, and the Continentals have just been swarming them and all over them every time they get into the zone. Down the right side they'll go. Aiden Burke down the right side, loses it, and now a nice ball for Tajay Ellis. They're going to try and find him, and an offsides call by the refs. Tajay Ellis not happy with that call, thought he had something going. Very, very unhappy. And it will go back the other way once again.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that you'll see an offsides call on this far up the half, but ref was right there to see it, and with how much Hamilton's offense or in defense have been moved up for this whole half.
Another ball by Scheibe. This one gets headed away. Oswego definitely doesn't want to risk anything. A great cross in, trying to find Griffin Widener again. He might have gotten hooked, and it just goes all the way through. Widener was looking for something there. Definitely might have gotten hooked there by TJ Tanner. But some good defense by the Lakers mitigating that attempt. A really, really good cross, but it doesn't amount to anything. Lakers trying to get something set up. Husselbeck. Or excuse me, that's not Husselbeck. That's Troy Miller. Lakers bouncing it back and forth. Long pass down to the right side. Lakers being very cautious with it right now. Try not to get anything stolen. Pass up the middle. And the Lakers are on the run. Trying to find Tajay Ellis up the right side. Ellis gets across, tries to find Al-Hamid, but just out of reach of the foot of Hamid Al-Hamid. A really, really good possession there from the Lakers, and that is the most promise we have seen from this offense all day, Josh.
Yeah, and I mean, some of it just came with the help that they've had on offense. You know, we've seen these passes that they've put down the field, then you know, it just ends up with one offensive player on that side of the field all by himself. That time you see Tajay had Al-Hamid with him, just missed it. Probably could have been a goal if Al-Hamid just got his foot there, but
was
that
very
time
close.
That time it's just luck not being on your side.
And a very, very poor pass into the center of the field allows for another steal from the Continentals. A big, big shot there by Troy Miller. Really, really good attempt, but just over the goal. Kyle Rose was all over that one, too, if it was on net. But a really, really good try by Miller, who noticed that the defense was collapsing all around him, didn't have the attackers to help him. So he said, why not? I'll give it a try. Good save there by Benjamin Brooks. Almost out of bounds, but it won't amount to anything regardless. And it'll go right back into the hands of Kyle Rose off of the long pass from Romaric Maillet. Down the left side we go. Trying to get it to Tajay again, just can't get there. Really, really good defense once again by Adam Malusis, who has been covering Ellis phenomenally all game long. Ellis cannot get anything going if Adam Malusis is on him. Continentals trying to get something going. Miller gets it up to Ferrari, but no one there to help out. Ferrari tried to poke it, but unfortunately Sean Curran was not in the vicinity to collect that one. And Kyle Rose with an easy grab. Less than half an hour to play left in this game. It is 3-0 Hamilton. Really been dominant in this one. Lakers just seemingly cannot produce anything. Really been trying. Scout Mikumiski, excuse me, playing it back, trying to keep it safe. Touch it off to Benjamin Brooks. And now a long pass to Al-Hamid. To Ellis. And the Lakers have it in their zone. Ellis just absolutely swarmed by two defenders and once again gets it taken away. That was Troy Miller off the tackle. Really, really good job there.
Yeah, and that one, Tajay Ellis just had his head down trying to work his way with the ball at his feet. I think his next move probably should have been just to keep the passes moving, try and see if he could find a hole in this defense, but
I don't think he realized that he was being collapsed on by two different guys. I didn't think he had enough time to react to it. Al-Hamid and Ellis do both get subbed out for Marcus Baker and Sirixi Lindsay. Once again, trying to get those fresh legs out, try and get some attack going. And the Lakers will once again retain possession. Still playing it very, very safe in the defensive zone. We've been seeing how well the Continentals can steal a pass. Really good job there by Ian Husselbeck to get the ball away from those defenders. And now the Lakers on the attack. Simon Bastone down the right side. Tries to get it into Lindsay. Just nothing available. Really, really good job there by Bennett Houck. Nothing available on offense for the Lakers. The passes for the Continentals are so much more crisp, including this one. Sean Curran had a great pass there, just poked away by the great defense of the Oswego Lakers. That was Luke Brosakis once again doing a really, really good job making a difference in this one. cross. And another goal there by Sean Curran, the big 6'5" forward for the Continentals. And the Lakers have just done an absolutely poor job of covering these headers all game long, Josh. You just keep seeing it happen over and over again here.
Yeah, and I mean, the Continentals have done a great job at changing up how they're getting the ball into the box, and that time obviously using the height advantage to get that one in. But yeah, like you said, the first half we started to see the Lakers do a great job with some of these crosses, because that has been all that the Continentals have done offensively is get it off to the side or get a certain send into the box and try and use their headers to get it in. But this second half has been a very different story for the Continentals and their success rate on those crosses and just different types of sends into the box.
The crosses have been pinpoint accurate, it seems like, in this half. Connection after connection. It was Sean Curran that time. So many great goals for the Hamilton Continentals. And just like that, it is 4-0. And the Lakers have a long, long way to go in this season. Not this game, but in this season, if they cannot put their offense together. Another turnover by the Lakers. Still struggling. A great steal there.
Yeah,
I mean, once again, stolen away by the Continentals.
We've seen their defense make those turnovers, but as we've mentioned, they just can't seem to do anything following these turnovers that they've produced. As that one, missed pass there from Hamilton. Like we said, they just have to find a way to control the ball for a longer period of time than what they have, and try and produce some sort of offense. As we have a bit of a collision, and it's going to turn into a Hamilton ball.
Looked like a potential clash of heads there. I saw Patrick Ferrari immediately grab his head. Hopefully he's all right, as well as the person he collided with, which was Ian Husselbeck, it looks like. Both of them seem to be okay, so a quick stoppage here. But now an interesting free kick there for Patrick Ferrari. Has everyone set up on the left side of the zone. Looks like he's going to launch something into the box. Tried to get it to his man on the outside. That was Bennett Houck with the back heel kick, it almost looked like. But just not enough velocity on it. A nice, easy save there for Kyle Rose. And the Lakers will once again try their hand. Great move there by Bastone. Almost got it stolen away by Ferrari. Long, long ball, just not accurate. Trying to get it to Lindsay and immediately blocked away there. Adam Malusis just doing a great job being a wall for this Hamilton team. And a fantastic pass by Karen to Milan, and Milan with a great pass there to Troy Miller. Really, really, really good connections there by Hamilton. Went to Karen and then to Milan and then to Troy Miller. Miller just didn't have enough of it to get a good shot off. I thought it was going to be Oliver Milan who went with the shot, but he made the selfless pass to Troy Miller, and Miller wasn't able to capitalize.
Yeah, and one thing that I will definitely say is starting to show here in the second half is Hamilton doing a great job of just putting the ball on net and seeing what can happen. We've seen just headers that they just put on net, not necessarily aiming for a specific spot on the net, just putting it on net and hoping that it can find either the right foot or the back of the net, as that header almost turned into another goal for Hamilton, but just off target there.
Oswego,
just out of his reach on his foot.
Oswego having a really, really hard time with the rebounds, it looks like, too. Even if the first header isn't going off, you saw almost right there, Zach Tracy was right there trying to kick that rebound in. Just missed it, but if he had made connection, that was a surefire goal. The only reason that wasn't in is because he missed.
Yeah, and it was just a few inches out of the reach, and you know that's the difference between just a reaction time. It doesn't really have anything to do with the pass itself, as that one just getting a little too grabby. But Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, Hamilton's doing a great job at just putting the ball in the box, taking shots, just trying to use the amount of bodies in the box as just ways for the ball to bounce around and get Kyle Rose off balance. And it's definitely worked out for them here in the second half. Just under 25 minutes in and 3 goals in this half.
Scout McCumiskey with a long ball down to the right side. There's Braylon Conley trying to get something going. He tried to get it to Sirixi Lindsay, but a great clear by the Continentals. And some great defense there by Oliver Milan. More great defense by the Continentals. Some errant passing once again, and just like that, Hamilton is on the attack. Just missed by Kieran. Heads it away, and we'll have a free ball down the right side. That was Lavranenko and Zach Tracy battling with it, and Tracy able to beat him. And Continental still with the ball. Less than 20 minutes now in this final half of play. Lakers really, really struggling to get anything of substance going. And on offense for Hamilton, just shooting at the goal at will. Great shot there by Oliver Milan. And once again, a great save by Kyle Rose, who really has been doing a great job. Has just been dealt a tough hand with how the defense has been playing for his team.
Yeah, and of those 4 goals, I mean, quite a few of them have just been out
really
of
good
his
offense.
control. Exactly, just out of his control on if he can get the save or not. So he is definitely would tell him to keep his head high on this one. It's just been a tough game for him to just be taking in all of these shots. Eventually, some are going to fall for Hamilton as they continue to control the tempo and the ball.
Michael
Another
Hare
cross.
with a cross to Sean Kieran. Just out of reach, though. Now Kieran on the far side. Gives it up to Silas Relanil. And now Oliver Weiland sits up top trying to put a move on Simon Bastoni, and he did not break there. And the Continentals will reset. Bastone did not bite on that first move. And some great defense there being played there. But a book of Lindsay, a little too handsy, and the Continentals will get it right back. Thought it was clean, but a little too much contact there. Now free kick being taken by Zach Tracy. 18 minutes now to play in the half. Tracy on the boot. Just over. No attempts made. Too high of a kick. And it will go the other way. Josh, just a little stat check-in for you. Hamilton now sitting at 24 shots and 13 on goal, while Oswego still at 0. We are almost all the way through the game, and Oswego has yet to put a shot on goal.
Yeah, and I mean, they've had a couple of chances here and there where we started to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel in this half, but just haven't been able to put an actual ball in the direction of the goal.
And Kyle Rose, 9 saves on the day, let up those 4, but those were 4 really, really good goals. And those 9 saves he's had have been very, very impacting saves. Because without him, this game would be a lot uglier. But right now, I think the Lakers just need to give him some help. They got to figure out something on offense because it just keeps collapsing every single time. They seem too flustered on offense.
Yeah, it just need to give him some time to breathe because, like you said, I mean, all these shots coming in, all of these shots on goal, because Hamilton has done a very good job at putting them on goal, forcing him to do a lot, and he's done a very good job, but you got to give him some time to breathe. Seems like they'll give him a little bit here. Chance down here down the side of the field. Gets shut down pretty quick.
Some good foot movement by TJ Tanner. Luke Brosakis was yelling at him to throw him the ball. And another missed pass there by Benjamin Brooks. Gets it stolen away by Michael Hare, and it leads to the foul. And now the Continentals will once again get the ball back. Oswego, they cannot have the ball, I swear, for more than 30 seconds. They're struggling too much on offense, and Hamilton, like I've said a million times, have just been overwhelming them and just suffocating them on offense every single time. It seems like wherever the ball is, there's 3 Hamilton players around it, and there's only 1 Oswego player.
Yeah, and I mean, we're starting to see the frustration more and more settle in as actually a Laker ends up with a yellow card. Guessing just said something to the ref that he did not enjoy hearing. Ends up giving him a yellow card, but yeah, I mean, it's just the frustration of seeing how this game has turned and just the frustration of not being able to get anything offensively going. As we've said so much in this one, is another pretty good shot there.
Really good shot there. That was Romaric Maye on the long ball. Almost had Kyle Rose double back for it. But Kyle, the veteran that he is, was able to collect it and stay out of the goal. But the Lakers, once again, setting something up from far back in the zone. And I think this has been the issue, is that whenever they're trying to set something up, it's always starting from all the way back here. So you gotta make the whole length of the field, and they have just not been able to complete passes at a level that they can make it all the way up the field. I'd love for them to prove me wrong, but Hamilton has just been so dominant with intercepting these passes. Oswego looking good right now. There's Ian Husselbeck looking for something right at midfield. Crosses it. And gets absolutely swarmed. Great defense there. That's Conley. Conley doing a good job getting it back to Husselbeck, and Husselbeck gets taken out. He has been through the ringer, taking a couple of physical shots here. Ian Husselbeck, absolute trooper. Gets right back up after taking a fall. And now Oswego potentially on the attack here. 14 minutes left to go. You want to try and get something, at least get your first goal of the season. Because as of right now, they have 0 goals played total throughout the entire season. So you want to try and get something, get that scoring momentum going. Because as of right now, there is just simply no offensive identity for the Lakers.
Yeah, totally agree there. And some of that could just be to carry into the next game. They do have some games coming up that, you know, some momentum would definitely be helpful. But it is very important that that's exactly what they do. Just sometimes all you need is to just get a goal, get some momentum going forward. Is we actually have a goalie substitution coming in for the Continentals. Not something that you see too often, but
yeah, like we were talking about before we came on air, usually goalies only get subbed if they're dominating or if it's poor performance, and it's definitely the first one. Hamilton actually has 6 goalies total on their roster. Very, very extra, if you ask me.
Well, it could be extra. It could also be beneficial if, you know, injuries start to factor in throughout the season. It
absolutely
can become very helpful for them in the long run. Or, like you said, it could just be a little bit much if all of the goalies just end up sitting the bench for the season. But I mean, not a lot for the starting goalie for Hamilton, but outside of the really 2 assists that he got to take part in from the middle of the field from Shivey. But yeah, for the rest of this game, it's really got to be something that Oswego can take into their next game. Not really going to be going necessarily for the win. Not that the game is completely out of reach, but that is going to be, in my eyes, their goal for the rest of this 12 and a half minutes of this second half.
No doubt about it. It'll be Finn Wheeler taking over for Peter Montesano Shivey. Shivey, who did not get any action whatsoever in this first game. And now for the Continentals on offense, that's a big shot there by Anthony Indiolo, who is making his first turf appearance of today. Hamilton getting some fresher guys out there, getting a little experience now that they are up 4-0. Just played a really, really great game overall, limiting Oswego's offense and capitalizing on the defense. Indiolo battling it out by himself, a really good header there. tried his luck, and Kyle Rose with the good save. But Indiolo fighting off 2 defenders at once and is able to get the shot off, something that Oswego hasn't been able to do at all. So you see something like that. He's covered by 2 defenders, and he's still able to put the pressure on. And at the end of the day, that's all you need to do. Even if you're not scoring, you have to be able to at least put the pressure on.
Yeah, and that's just showing heart as a player, even with 11 and a half minutes to go. Just willing to put everything on the line, willing to fight off defenders and get a shot off to benefit his team in any way he can. As there is another foul on Oswego. Again, more frustration, just kind of getting a little grabby here and there. But, yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, the Continentals have played a great game, a complete game at that, from offense to defense. Like we mentioned, their goalie has really the only action that he's had was when he was taking free kicks at the middle of the field.
Free kick slightly off the mark there by Daniel Becker of the Continentals, but an easy collect for Kyle Rose. And the Lakers still trying to get something going. Get a shot at the very least on goal. Try and test the new goalkeeper, Finn Wheeler. But the Continentals defense still suffocating them. Really not letting them get anything going. Hustlebeck's going to try his luck. Try and put some fancy footwork on. See if he can beat his defender. Gets it up the center. There's Conley. Conley trying to work. Now all the way to the outside. Lakers still not able to get it close to the goal. And once again, another errant pass. And the Continentals will get it back. And you can really tell because the Continentals, they're still hustling, and it just seems like the Lakers are almost out of it at this point. I mean, it's 4-0. It's been a rough game, and unfortunately for them, they're definitely a lot more tired than the other team because they have been their defense is definitely spent. They have been working all game so heavily, and still, even right now, with these substitutions in for the Continentals, still able to outplay the Lakers.
Yeah, and part of it is, the momentum that you get from scoring a goal, let alone 3 goals and a half. It almost just keeps the energy for you. Does that almost seem to be the best shot that we've seen all day on the Oswego side?
I thought that was tipped away by a Hamilton defender, if I'm being honest.
It came off a Hamilton foot, but
it was a good try there. I liked Marcus Baker. He was right in the fray of it, tried to get something going, but fortunately poked away once again. And the Continentals still just doing a phenomenal job of shutting down anything that the Lakers can produce. Really good tackle there down the right side. That was scout Mikumiski playing heavily on Indiolo, excuse me. And now the Continentals once again trying their luck. Still looking. Michael Hare. Long pass to to Hare. And a kick into the center. Tried to get it to Indiolo, but Kyle Rose able to come down with it. Good try there by the Continentals. Just wasting the time, getting the clock down to 0 with 7:45 now left in the half. And for the Continentals, it's all about defense and just seeing what you can stack up on now. And for the Lakers, I think just try and play strong to finish out the game. You got to at least come out of this with your heads held high and say, hey, maybe the Hamilton was a bit better of a team, but this is where we learn. And once again, another errant pass. I think that has been the main problem for the Lakers today, has just been very, very poor passing and really, really good defense on top of that from Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton, I mean, as you mentioned, they've just been able to capitalize on any sort of mistake that we've seen from Oswego, as there's another one. But not only just that one actually becoming an offsides call, but, I mean, for the most part, we've seen Oswego just have such a difficult time with the ball at their feet, and Hamilton has put it to work, using offense as their best version of defense, just constantly on the offense and holding Oswego down to really nothing offensively. Still not even a full-on shot on goal as Hamilton continues to push it up the floor. That one a bit off as Oswego takes it back at midfield. Just over 6 minutes to go in the second half. And like we've mentioned, Oswego's goal at this point is to find something that works. Maybe it's not necessarily a goal, but find an offensive strategy that works for you. This is a second game in a row that they have struggled to find the net. Is that one another offsides call? Just getting a little too excited on his run there. Ended up being just past the defense.
Yeah, zero goals through 2 games is not exactly what you want to boast going into your third game. It's not the most impressive stat from the Lakers, and unfortunately, the defensive stats coming out of this one will not be promising either, especially after a big 4-goal drop.
Yeah, and a lot of that can be pointed to just, Hamilton's offense in this game has been very well orchestrated. They've done a great job at just constantly putting the pressure on as some more subs come in for both sides. But even into these final 5 minutes of the half, Hamilton not letting up on their pressure, constantly pushing the ball forward, finding that open man, and putting up shots. Like we mentioned, over 20 shots in this one for Hamilton, and it doesn't seem like they plan on slowing down at all. So the defense for Hamilton, although has been from the benefit of some errant passes from Oswego, their offense has done a very good job, because as we have seen already on their previous game that they drew 0-0, this defense can hold their own, and they have held their own, especially in that first half. But the second half, just fatigue setting in from lack of offense and lack of getting a break as another header.
I think what you said it right there, lack of getting a break. At some point, they are going to get tired, and they need points where they're just hanging back, letting the offense go to work. And the offense has not been to work today. There has been no help for this defense that has been working their tails off all game long and doing a very, very good job of it.
Yes.
You see the stats from Hamilton: 28 shots, 15 on goal, and only 4 goals. So it is an impressive stat when you look at it from a broader stance, and they have been doing good. But again, 4 goals is still very, very, very unacceptable when you've been playing as good of defense as you've been playing, and most of their opportunities for Hamilton has come off of turnovers by the Lakers, and lazy turnovers at that.
Yeah, and the big factor is, this is your second game of the season. You give up 4 goals in this one. That sets you at 2 goals per game, which doesn't sound very awful, but when you're not scoring at all, that all of a sudden is a very good showing of why their record is where it is. Now going to be sitting at 0-1-1. But yeah, like we said, Hamilton has done a great job with the offense, just constantly keeping control and being very cool and collected with the ball at their feet. And Oswego barely able to keep the ball at their feet, as they do seem to have something rolling here, as that quickly goes away.
Ellis tried to find Hamid Al-Hamid once again. Hamid been hustling really, really well all game, and it just seems like he's just out of reach every single time it's passed to him. He's had a couple of missed opportunities where he could have at least gotten a shot onto the goal, and now we actually do see Oswego has recorded 2 shots on goal. off of some easy. They were almost might not even have been considered shots. I didn't see anything too promising. One of the saves that Kyle Wheeler had or Finn Wheeler, excuse me, was essentially a nice and easy kick from one of the Oswego players to Finn Wheeler, who just collected it in a very, very easy way. So I think for Oswego, just not even being able to get shots on now. With 2 minutes left in the half, and you're only at 2 shots on goal for the entire game.
Yeah, and that, I mean, both teams are going to look at this in very different perspectives. Obviously, Oswego going to look at this in a poor work from the offense, but Hamilton is definitely going to enjoy and say that this was a well-done job from their defense, and it absolutely was. Like you said, like just a couple of the attempts from Oswego weren't even necessarily the defense from Hamilton, but also just being unlucky from the offense from Oswego. But yeah, just some of these mistakes that Oswego has had that Hamilton has capitalized on and become a very big reason why they are up by 4 with now 1 minute to go. Oswego trying to set something up. Maybe can get another shot on here with a minute to go.
Long pass onto the inside. Tries to get something going. That's Conley. Conley gets a shot, and it's saved by Kyle Wheeler. What an or Finn Wheeler once again. And a fantastic play there by the goalkeeper, Finn Wheeler. Oh, what an opportunity there by Braden Conley. Had the opening, and Finn Wheeler was just all over that one. Oswego just barely misses on that one. Really, really good play by Wheeler. And then spoiling Oswego's potential only goal.
Another bit of a shot there sometimes, like we've mentioned before, just putting the shot on and putting some pressure. But like we've also said, Al-Hamid just out of reach from another goal. But this is going to be a 4-0 victory for Hamilton, as they'll just pass this one around and chew the clock out. And it will be yet again a very frustrating one for this Oswego offense. Their defense held their own for a while as much as they could, but eventually fatigue setting in, as we mentioned, not getting time to reset and regroup. Eventually fatigue sets in, and it turns into some goals for Hamilton, really turning it up in the second half, putting 3 in that second half, mostly from the free kicks. But, yeah, the big thing for a takeaway from Oswego is exactly what they saw in their last game, and that is offense needs some work. They had the defense, like we said, held their own, kept them in it for as long as they could, but the offense just not producing anything, only getting 4 shots in total, if my math is right, and all of them coming late in the second half after Hamilton had pulled from most of their starters, including their starting goalie. And that can't happen, especially when you have a defense as good as the Lakers do.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just a very, very unfortunate performance from the Oswego State Lakers, and a very, very beneficial performance from Hamilton. Like you said, I like what you had to say. Both of these teams are going to be looking at this game from very, very different angles. Oswego has a ton to work on going into this new season, and it's not a bad thing to say because it is still early. This team is new. They lost some players. Hamilton also lost some players and played really, really well. They were missing their top goal scorer from last year, their top assist leader from last year. They basically had a new team on offense this year, and I think they did a really, really good job at playing to their advantage of capitalizing on Oswego's poor placement from those passes and a lot of turnovers, which I think turnovers of anything had to have been the biggest issue for the Lakers, securing those short passes before you move on to the next one.
Yeah, and I mean, the part for Hamilton that's probably the most exciting piece for them is, like you mentioned, a lot of their returners have left. This is almost a brand new team. So this is a very young team. This team is going to be around for quite a few years. So that is probably a very exciting scoreboard to look at for them on their first game of the year. But like you said, it's early in the season. Oswego has ways that they can bounce back from this, but a lot of it starts with their offense.
Yeah, that will do it, folks, from WTOP 10. Stay tuned for our next game tomorrow at 4 o'clock. It'll be field hockey versus Elmira right here on the Laker turf. But that'll do it. My name is Lucas McGarry. I'm along Joshua Madison. Thank you all for listening to this broadcast of Oswego Men's Soccer.